Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and today I want to share with you everything I made for the month of May 2022 edition. The inspiration for me being so productive this year, in the month of May in particular, was because I found out about this trend called Me Made May. You try to make, every day you wear something that you have made. And I really love that, but however, I didn't personally have enough garments that I have made to do that. So I chose for myself to kind of challenge myself in the month of May to make as many articles of clothing as I could. I tried my best, and we'll talk about this later, I tried my best to make these clothes like things I would really want to wear, would wear often, because I don't know about you, but I have this thing where some of the things I make, they just, they don't turn out exactly the way I want. I picked the wrong fabric and they just stay tucked away in my closet and I'm not inspired to wear them. And I really wanted to focus on making things that I would wear. I was successful in some areas and not so much in the other, and I'll go over all of that today. Before we get into the video, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel if you like sewing content, sewing diaries, sewing vlogs, tutorials on sewing, anything like that. Thrift flips, I love doing that too. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like that stuff. And if you want to be notified when I do upload, you can click the little bell when you subscribe and it will notify you anytime I upload. So I made 6 things. Technically one of them was April, but it was the very end of April and I just want to show it off. The first article I want to show you, garment, might be my favorite. This garment has such a soft place for me in my heart because this is the first garment I have ever completely self-drafted on my own, completely from scratch. I didn't use like any pattern hacks or anything. This is completely from my head, and I cannot believe I did that because I'm not kidding, like 3 months ago I used to be the type of person that like patterns confused me and I didn't know quite how to pattern hack, but I bought a textbook, which I can't believe I'm saying I love a textbook, but I love this textbook, and I'll put a picture of it here. I bought this textbook and it taught me anything I would need to know about how to draft this. And I actually created a video documenting the process of me making this. Go ahead and click the I in the top right corner and you can see that video if you're interested. There's no like narration or anything. I tried to make it kind of artsy, so have fun with that. I saw a dress online that I loved, but it was like $300 or something like that. And also, my New Year's resolution this year is to not wear any clothing, like to not buy any new clothing, and I can only thrift clothing or make it myself. So, couldn't buy that dress. So I decided to challenge myself, draft it from scratch, and make it. And there's this kind of like morality, philosophical debate going in my head about like, is that okay to do, to basically copy someone else's design? I feel like in this case it's personally okay. I'm not like creating a pattern from it and distributing it. I'm making this for myself. So I feel like it's fine. But let me know what y'all think about that debate. Like, is it okay morally to try to duplicate an article of clothing? Like to make a dupe essentially. What do you think of that? I'm curious. The fashion fabric on the outside is lightweight blush pink linen. I got it from fabric.com and I lined it with cotton lawn. The buttons are functional. I don't know why I would ever need to slit this dress this high, but they're all functional. And it's like completely backless. I'm just so in love with it. It's the perfect summer dress. Oh, look at that butterfly. Yeah, so this is clothing article number 1. The next article I want to talk about is the same fabric. I made these. They were made out of leftover linen from that dress I just showed you. They're a little wrinkly right now because I've been wearing them a lot. I really like them. And the pattern I used is called, I think it's called Alina by the Fabric Store. And I'll put links to any, resources I can for you guys. That is a free pattern that they offer. And so I went exactly with my measurements. My waist is 28 inches right now, so I think I went with a size 8. It fit pretty snug. Like, it wasn't like super tight, but it was like snug. So I reduced the seam allowance on the side seams to 1/4 of an inch, so I got more room, and then it was perfect after that. I will say though, if you're gonna try this, that the front crotch curve was awfully short, and I was a little worried about it. It turned out okay. It's a pants pattern. I can't remember if I clarified that yet. It's a pants pattern, but I cut it to shorts length. And also what I did, which I forgot to mention, is the pattern that I used for this was more of a tapered leg, like more slim fitting to your legs. So I also ended up on the pattern, the paper pattern, I made it more of a wide leg pant. Then I cut it to shorts length, and then I made these. And I love them, they're so cute. They are very lightweight, nice and breezy. I did have so much trouble with this. Like, I feel like anything that could have gone wrong, I did wrong. It was just one of those days where I was like sewing things on the wrong side. There's white thread on this right here. It's because my bobbin had white thread, and normally I would be like, I don't care, I'll just hide it, but I forgot to hide it. And then what else? I messed up on the waistband too, so I had to like piece in an extra piece, but that doesn't bother me too much, honestly. Basically, I'm trying to say anything I could have done wrong, I did wrong on this. But you know what? The end product is what counts. I love them. Nobody's gonna see that back piece, nobody cares. And I'm going to get a ton of wear out of this. Next, I have the cutest stinking tank top. I actually made a video documenting my process of making this. I did basically a sewing pattern review video. Again, go ahead and click in the top right on the eye, and I will link that video for you guys if you're curious. This is a pattern by somebody I just discovered on YouTube and TikTok. Her name is Transformations by Tracy. She's so talented, and she had a pattern for this tank top that I couldn't stop thinking about, so I just said, you know what, I'm gonna buy it and I'll make a video, I'll review it to let you guys know how it worked out. And long story short, it is super cute. I love it. I've gotten so many compliments on it when I wear it. If you do end up making this pattern, I will say the pattern by all means does not claim that you have to have a serger. However, I feel like it's very serger dependent just because of the nature of the fabrics. Like, it calls for stretchy fabrics. The seam allowance was 1/4 of an inch. So maybe think about that before you try it, but other than that, super cute. I recycled a shirt, a white shirt, and a white lace shirt from the thrift store to make this. So I got to recycle something that may have been in the trash. I saved it. Okay, the next item was a big fat fail. It was, but I'm still gonna show it anyway. I have been watching a lot of Rachel, oh gosh, what's her last name? Maxie? I think that's it. I hope I got that right. I've been watching a lot of her here on YouTube, and I love her style, and so I want to build more items like her in my wardrobe. And she does a lot of layering with like some sort of corset piece or like vest piece, bodice piece, something like that, usually over a white shirt. Why I picked white, I don't know, but I rescued a linen dress from the thrift store, and I was like, you know what, I'll just try this pattern on it, let's just go for it. I thought maybe I could like layer a colored shirt under this or something. It does not fit well at all. It might work for you guys great. Let me show you the pattern I used. Excuse me, honey. Oh, so sorry. Cat wants to lay on the pattern. I used this pattern. This is, I believe it's out of print. I could be wrong. I got it on eBay and I'm embarrassed how much I spent on it. But look at all these pieces you can make from it. Those are all so cute. These shoulders are just way too wide. I should have made a mock-up first. I'm learning the value of mock-ups. I used to like completely write that off. I'm not doing a mock-up, it wastes time. It's very valuable. So I'm starting to learn the value of that. The shoulders are just way too wide on me. And the white, why did I do white? I don't know. I can't figure out how to style it. So I probably will not be wearing this much. We'll see. Also, the pattern called for a side zip closure, which I've never done. It confused me a lot because there's also a lining, and I was like, wait, what? I could not understand the pattern. It seems like it wanted the zipper to be the normal orientation up to down. But then I thought, like, because it's not a separating zipper, right? That means it will still stay closed at the waist, which is the smallest part of the garment. So I kept thinking, like, if I sew it like that, you won't be able to get the garment on. And sure enough, I sewed it and I was like, let's just try it. No, I couldn't get it on because it was like, I would unzip it and then it would still be fixed at that waist circumference. So then I was like, what do I do? I don't understand. And I've never seen somebody do this. I just put the zipper in upside down. I don't believe that's correct. I didn't understand what to do otherwise, but it did the job. So now I can unzip it. So here's the top, right? Unzip it. And that means the waist, which is the smallest part of the garment, is open and you'll be able to get it on. But the zipper's upside down. It looks strange. So I probably won't be wearing this one a lot, unfortunately, but I do want to try this again. I want to try to tweak the pattern a bit to make the shoulders a little more narrow. And then if I get that right, I will be able to make a ton of those like bodices and corset top kind of things that Rachel wears. And then I'll be living my dream of having her style. Next I have this super playful, very nostalgic Playsuit from the 90s. It has shoulder pads, and I made it to where I could take them out if I want. So I just put a piece of Velcro on the shoulder pad, so if I don't want them, I can take them out. And I also made a video documenting the process of making this. It's more vlog style, so go ahead and click on the top right on the I will link the video. It's super cute. This is my first time working with viscose fabric, and I think it's one of my new favorites. I know there's some debate about if viscose can be considered a natural fiber or not, because I'm trying to stick with natural fibers in my wardrobe lately. It sews great though, it's lightweight and flowy, and there's no polyester, which is a very big plus to me. So I love how this turned out. I've gotten so many compliments when I wear it. I did have to alter it quite a bit. I guess I'm short torsoed. Like this pattern, the waist was so low on me, so I had to basically chop the whole garment in half and like basically cut it in half and change where the waist was on the garment. But other than that, it was a very fun sew. I've never done a button closure like this, like in the front center instead of a zipper in the back or something. I know you just saw buttons on that dress I made at the beginning of this, but I will not be using those buttons at all. They're mostly just for decoration. So this was my first attempt at buttons that actually function as the way to get in and out of the garment, and I did a pretty good job. I'm proud of myself. So this was patterned, it's from the Style brand. Here, let me get this out. Never used a Style brand pattern, but alas, I got it on eBay. This is Style 2059. It was printed in '91. We're not ending on a high note here, unfortunately. This was not a win for me. This was a bit of a disaster, honestly. Now, I know we just mentioned natural fibers in my wardrobe. However, I thrifted fabric the other day. This fabric, it was a ton of it. I think it is polyester, unfortunately, but I can't beat like $4 for 5 yards of fabric. I can't beat that. So I picked it up. Thought I would make a camisole dress out of it. And I won't put the name here because the pattern was just honestly a nightmare, and I don't want to like badmouth anybody on YouTube, a fellow creator. So I won't mention the name. But I found a YouTube video where they offered a free camisole dress pattern, and I followed it to a T. I followed it at the size that was recommended, and it was a nightmare. It was so big on me, like a balloon. So then I had to bring in the side seams, and then what ended up happening was basically I was chopping off the part that wraps around my breast, which meant I had side boob showing, which, okay for some days, but I didn't want that in this. So I literally had to, I don't even know what I would call this, a gusset? I don't know. I had to basically patch on a piece of fabric to cover up the side boob. Like here is the side of the dress. And it's hideous. I tacked a piece of triangle on there and trying to fill in the space. But you know what? I think the final product did come out cute. It's unfortunate it's polyester, but that's okay. I'm rescuing fabric from the thrift store. And nobody will be staring at my underarms, checking to see how I constructed this. Nobody's gonna be doing that. I actually made an an Instagram reel video of this and it went surprisingly well. I think it has like 10,000 views, which is very strange for me because I don't use Instagram a lot. I'm barely on there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Which, by the way, can we talk about Instagram Reels? Does it glitch for y'all as much as me? Good God. It was so annoying. It would just keep crashing anytime I tried to make it. So yeah, that is it. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit, letting me show off my makes for the month of May. I don't have many people in my life that I can like show off my things to. Nobody really cares about sewing in my life. I feel like I would love to find friends near me that sew and like have sewing parties. Doesn't that sound fun? I don't know anybody in my life that sews, or at least that lives near me. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me show off what I made. And I hope you feel inspired to continue or start to create your own wardrobe, to get started in sewing. And I'll go ahead and close out by saying if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give this video a like. It tells YouTube I'm doing a good job and I want to do a good job for you guys. Go ahead and subscribe as well if you'd like to see more content like this, and I will see you guys later.